What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode on EI Entertainment Studios, back at it with another debate video. So before we do begin with this debate video, which consists of Godzilla 2019 and Shin Biollante, or more correctly saying versus Shin Biollante, I have three special shoutouts to give, starting off with Godzilla Productions TV, Lee Humphreys, and Albert Sturvidant. If you want to see their channels, the channels will be in the comment section below and in the description of this video. And if you want to get your shout out in future debate videos, all you have to do is comment in the comment section below, send that you want a shout out, and that is it. So without further ado, let's begin with this debate video of Godzilla 2019 versus Shin Biollante. If this is your first time ever watching a debate video on this channel, so what I like to do is get two monsters, Godzilla 2019 in this case and Shin Biollante, put them up against each other, and obviously Shin Biollante is a custom kaiju, not a real kaiju. Obviously Godzilla 2019 is. This is more of a fantasy debate kind of series, which is pretty creative and it's pretty interesting. It's kind of breaking the boundaries of what we really can't see. That's why I think it's pretty unique. And getting these two monsters and going over their backstories, their abilities, their characteristics, and doing all of that, and then after kind of talking about these kaijus, putting them into a scenario of battling each other and seeing if really these two monsters were going to go up against each other, who would come out on top on the big screen. Alright guys, so without further ado, let's begin with the main opponent being Shin Biollante. Starting off with the backstory, let's go. So Shin Biollante came to be when Shin Godzilla was frozen with a coagulant. Some of his blood from the spines that was penetrated by the missiles from the US forces, which is a spoiler by the way, spilled down onto the ground and worked its way down a drain pipe where a young couple, like a boyfriend and a girlfriend, had dropped a bouquet of red roses in the same drain. The blood of Shin Godzilla and the rose mutated together, creating the biggest mistake in history. Something that will change history altogether. Welcome, Shin Biollante. It's like a WWE entrance. So the height of Shin Biollante is absolutely massive. She stands at a staggering height of 326 meters tall. So next for the abilities, I'm going to go quickly over them right now. And then we're going to finish Shin Biollante. We'll come back. Before we even get to Godzilla 2019, don't you worry. We'll come back to the abilities and we'll do a deep analysis. I'll explain all of them one by one, bit by bit, so we're on the same page. So abilities start off with atomic lasers, instant adaption, instant DNA copy, blood heart, multiple arms attack, breath of nothingness. Don't worry, as I said, I'll come back to these. Aggression high, territorial yes, and biome. Now obviously you might not understand this if I haven't gone over the abilities yet, but you'll get this once I go over the abilities. The biome, usually when there's monsters, either Earth in space, or other places. Ocean, right? Underwater. The biome for Shin Biollante is actually very unique. It's the first time ever to be done in a debate episode, and it is no limits. Meaning, able to adapt to any biome for survival. We will get to that, as I said, right now actually, because we're going to talk about the abilities right now. And I forgot to mention this, but this is a quick disclaimer. If you have seen my other debate videos for returning viewers, you'll notice that the backstory and the abilities are actually not the same from the last time, and that is to change things up. I came up with new abilities and new backstory to not make it boring. If I'm gonna use the same kaiju, let's at least not make it boring. A brand new story and a brand new backstory to kind of refresh things up, okay? I think that's pretty cool. So starting off with the abilities, let's do a deep analysis now. So setting up atomic lasers, that's more of a self-explanatory. It came from the DNA of Shin Godzilla. It's just like that purple atomic laser that Shin Godzilla has. It's the same thing. Shin Biollante possesses that from her mouth. She can shoot the atomic laser out. Instant adaption. This is a crucial ability that also came in from the DNA of Shin Godzilla. Now, Shin Biollante can immediately adapt to circumstances that need for her to survive. If she is thrown underwater, she can quickly adapt to breathing underwater. If she is thrown into a pit of lava, she can adapt her flesh to sustain that amount of Fahrenheit and not to get burnt by the lava. So on and so forth. Into space, to be able to breathe space, or to be able to hold the breath long enough until she comes back. Whatever needs to be done, her adaptation abilities are massive. Okay, continuing on, she has an instant DNA copy. Instant DNA copy means she can genetically recreate herself if she wants to. She can recreate actually Shin Godzilla himself, or she can recreate Godzilla 2019 in this case that she is battling instantly. You'll notice this is actually different from Shin Godzilla because Shin Godzilla takes time to evolve. I wouldn't really call it evolution. Sometimes people call it evolution. That's really not evolution of Shin Godzilla. That's actually called adaptability, because when he changes forms, he's actually adapting to the circumstance of his form. So I would call it adaption, not evolution. But we're not here to debate about that. We're here to debate who's gonna win. You can leave in the comment section below if you think it's evolution or adapting, but whatever. So it takes time for Shin Godzilla to change his forms, usually, or to genetically recreate, as we see he's trying to recreate humans with the back of his tail with Godzilla attributes, you can say. This, however, since this is a more advanced creature with two different species intercolliding and making Shin Biollante, she is a more advanced version of Shin Godzilla, and she can't do it instantly, which makes her 10 times more deadly than what she already was. Excuse me. Next is Blood Heart. This is a very interesting ability, never been done for Shin Biollante before in the past episodes. Now, if you've watched Shin Godzilla, I'm really sorry if you have not seen Shin Godzilla. I've probably spoiled almost the whole movie for you. But for Shin Godzilla, if you noticed his second form, not the turkey, I don't know, Kamata-kun. I don't follow that names. I forgot, but it's his second form, right? The kind of vanilla color one, where he's like googly eyes and everything. When he comes out of the ocean, pretty much. And what happens is you'll notice there's a lot of blood. It's not really blood. I don't know. It's some type of thing he has that comes out of his gills. It looks like blood, and if a lot came out, it could potentially create a tsunami of how big of a monster he is. Well, Shin Biollante, having Shin Godzilla's DNA, has actually taken that attribute in. And right now it's a great example because I have Biollante in front of me in the game, so I can show it to you guys. Right there. You see her heart on her stomach, the orange? Well, that's actually, yeah, her heart. In this scenario of Shin Biollante, she can actually open that and bring out a tsunami of that blood. I'm just gonna call it blood, and she can sweep away anything, monsters, cities. It's a massive ability, and after she's done, the blood regenerates and it's open again. But having the fact of adaptation and instant adaptation, she can actually, if it gets penetrated, something penetrates the heart, protrudes out of it, an atomic breath hits it, she can instantly repair it, which is an amazing ability, and it's going to help her on many cases. Now moving on, multiple arms attack. Multiple arms attack is a very basic ability. So you see Biollante right here, she has all those arms. That's what it is. You know, she can use her arms to attack, grab onto things, her opponents, so on and so forth. But this final ability is the strongest ability of Shin Biollante, and let's do it. It is called Breath of Nothingness. Now, it's not really when she opens up her breath, everything disappears. No, it's similar. So Shin Biollante, this is something for her. She has a substance in her mouth that is so vile and that it's so dangerous to the physics of Earth that if it touches anything, it melts it at staggering heights that it literally creates it to nothing. And it's so strong, it has so many components in it that nothing is immune to this acid. This acid touches, it will melt and it will become ash, nothing. It's just like, no, I know there's some physics or whatever, a science class, there's nothing and there's nothingness. I'm not here to debate with any scientists. Just know that nothing, right? Nothing happens. And so what happens is, for example, a great example I could give you is the xenomorphs. Their green blood, if it touches something, it melts it away. This is 30 billion times stronger, and that's what it does. It just melts everything away. It's the breath of nothingness. This is the power of the Shin. Okay, that will settle Shin Biollante for now. Now we're gonna go ahead and go into Godzilla 2019. I'll briefly talk about him. Once we're done with both of them, we will do the battle. Alright, so Godzilla 2019 is currently the biggest Godzilla of all, standing approximately 116 meters tall. Thank you to Dio Races for confirming that with me, but 116 meters tall, so he is currently the most biggest Godzilla of all. He is very, very strong, and he is... Well, actually, I did say the biggest Godzilla of all, but wasn't Shin Biollante 119 meters tall? I don't know, whatever. But anyways, he's the newest Godzilla. All you have to know, that's what you have to know. He's the newest Godzilla. And starting off, pretty much the abilities. Now, Godzilla 2019 is of the Legendary Universe, so it's not of Shin Universe, especially from Toho, so it's not that mysterious, because Shin Godzilla was a very mysterious creature with all these weird abilities. Godzilla 2019 is very straightforward. Abilities are not that much, really. The main abilities are, he's very agile, he's very fast, he has an atomic breath, he can kick, he can punch. You could say he could regenerate very, very slow, but I can't really say that because that's from the 2014. I'm sure it's better, so we're gonna go with instant regeneration. Quick regeneration for Godzilla 2019, studying the fact that he is more thinner in this movie. And he does have a burning Godzilla ability when he gets thrown out of the sky, probably by Ghidorah, I'm guessing. He's going to turn into a burning ability, kind of go into rage mode, which would be just like if you played Godzilla Unleashed or Godzilla Save the Earth. You collect enough crystals, you go into rage mode, kind of like a burning Godzilla mode, or even just Scarlet Godzilla from Godzilla Earth because of the nano metal. And yeah, so Godzilla, Godzilla is not too much information, but it is a very interesting design. I really like the design of 2019 more than 2014. I will be honest with you on that. It's much more better. So going off of that, the backstory, he's a prehistoric monster, and all of the nuclear testing and so on and so forth, they tried to kill him with a nuclear bomb, but just made him stronger. And that's pretty much Godzilla for you. And I did say 116 meters tall. Yes, I did cover that. So, going over these two creatures, Shin Biollante and Godzilla 2019, it is time to put them to the test and put them to the battle. And we're gonna go in battle. We're gonna go best out of two. For scenarios, we're gonna put close range and far range. Now, occasionally, sometimes, there will be a tie. And if there is a tie, we'll go to overtime. I'm not going to explain overtime right now because I don't know what's going to happen, right? I'm doing this the first time with you guys. We're going to rate them, or we're going to see what happens. But if it does go to overtime, I will explain it. But for now, let's go with the best out of two. Far range being the less practical one, because usually monsters like to go face to face and punch the crap out of each other. So we'll go with far range being the less practical one. And in terms of this video, we'll put them at 700 meters apart. So let's see what Shin Biollante can and cannot use against Godzilla 2019 for the terms of far range. So he can do is atomic laser, definitely. Instant adaptation, you don't need distance for that. Yes. Instant DNA copy, yeah. You don't need distance for that. Blood Heart, it is designed to pull cities away, pull monsters away, so I'm gonna go, yeah, it should make 700 meters. It shouldn't be that bad. Multiple arms attack, oh, no, it's not gonna happen. And Breath of Nothingness, yes, definitely, that will work. It's designed to go far. Alright, and then Godzilla 2019, all they can do is Atomic Breath. From far range, cannot come close. So, one ability for Godzilla 2019, and, well, let's see, how many abilities can Shin Biollante use? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6 abilities he can use. 90% of his abilities, pretty much. Something like that. So, putting at that, I think that Shin Biollante has a huge possession, huge advantage over 2019. It's the fact that it's pretty much two monsters against one, because it's Shin Biollante, has Shin attributes, and is Biollante herself. I think makes her very overpowered. And I personally think even Destroyer cannot defeat such a kaiju as this, because if you think of it, she has an instant adaptation ability, and one atomic breath is not going to cut it at the heart for Godzilla 2019. When he does that, she can quickly, instantly adapt to a way to kind of let that atomic breath hit her heart, but she adapts her way, you could call it evolution, she adapts her heart in a way to sustain that damage and not to get affected by the material that's in that atomic breath. And setting that at that, all she really has to do is use a Breath of Nothingness, which is such an overpowered ability that she can immediately melt Godzilla 2019 away. So I think that Godzilla 2019, especially from far range, has no advantage whatsoever. So we're gonna go 1-0 in favor of Shin Biollante for far range. But now let's go to the more interesting one, which is more realistic actually, which is close range. Face to face, just like I'm battling Mothra right now in the game. So, going face to face, Shin Biollante is 326 meters tall, Godzilla 2019 116 meters tall. That is that's a huge difference. That's a humongous difference. And I think that Godzilla 2019 could possibly be stronger than Shin Biollante, being that he's Godzilla and being that this is a very strong incarnation of Godzilla. I think he could actually overpower Biollante, but Biollante, she doesn't really need to have that much power. Most of her strongest abilities come from her DNA capacity. Being able to instantly copy Godzilla 2019, just to plump out a new 2019. That's already physically two kaijus against each other, against Godzilla actually, to be more exact. I think that Godzilla 2019 really has nothing to do. Again, she can use Breath of Nothingness, the Blood Heart to sweep him away. It's just very one-sided in this, and I'm not trying to be biased at all. I think I'm going to go with Shin Biollante again, and best out of two is going to be 2 points for Shin Biollante, who's going to come out on top of this debate video and will be the winner of today's debate. Oh yeah, by the way, I just remembered. I'm so sorry, I forgot. Shin Godzilla was actually 112 meters, I believe. 112.6 or 0.9, something like that. Yeah, which makes 2019 the biggest Godzilla. Anyways, that's my debate video, but it's not over yet, obviously. If you have another outcome, I will leave this whole abilities and characteristics of Shin Biollante in the comment section. I mean, excuse me, in the description below. So if you want to debate in the comment section, you'll have the resources to do as according to. Please go ahead and do it. I will be very interested to see what you guys want to say about this. But most importantly, guys, leave requests. What do you guys want to see next? Thank you so much for watching. This means a lot. I've had a lot of fun making this video. But if you did enjoy this, please consider subscribing to the channel. It would really help me out. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching. And as always, guys, have a great day and be safe out there.